Hi, I'm Mary Jo Boyd here with another eBite from Attorney Computer Systems. Today's eBite is in Tabs, and I'm going to talk about text macros and how to turn them off temporarily and how to turn them off permanently. Text macros are those little shortcuts that we have in our memo boxes that you can just type in a couple of letters and maybe a symbol, hit enter, and it will put in a longer phrase. For example, we might have OH and then my little backslash or something, and that whenever we would type that in, OH or OH backslash, it would put in the word open and handle. And sometimes we might not want that. We might want that to just say Ohio. OH is the abbreviation for Ohio. We don't want that to expand and say open and handle. So I'm going to show you how to manage those. Let me show you how. So I'm going to go into Tabs and I'm going to go into a fee field, for example. And any memo field that we have has text macros that can be associated with that. If you want to see a list of what your text macros are that you have currently, you can do it in a couple of places, but the easiest way is just to right click on any of the memo fields and then go into macro lookup. So if I go into the macro lookup, here are a couple of them here that are just in our sample data that we have. You can see there's our OH with the backslash for open and handle. And we'll use that as our example today. But here's a whole list of these. Now these are customizable. You can edit this list, you can take them out, you can add things. I recommend whenever you add a macro that you always put some kind of a symbol after it, because then that would make it very easy for it just not to put in there. If you don't type the symbol, it would always say OH. But if I type OH backslash and then hit my return or enter, it would put in open and handle. So that's the first way that you can handle turning them on and off, by just putting in some kind of a symbol after the initials and the ID. So I'm going to use my open and handle. So if I'm typing here, I'm going to just type my OH backslash, hit my space key, and it types in open and handle. If I didn't want that, and I'm just moving along and I just had OH backslash, and I didn't want that to appear, instead of hitting my space bar, I can hit control space and it would just leave that as OH backslash. Now I know we had a CA in there, and that might be a better example because I don't have a backslash after it. So if I'm just going along and I have CA, it's going to put in court appearance. But what if it was the abbreviation for California in this instance? Since I don't have any kind of a symbol after, if I just type CA space, it always puts in court appearance. But if I type in CA control space, it leaves it as CA. So that's the one way that you can turn that off, is you can just hit control space instead of a regular space. Sometimes that's a pain, and maybe you never use text macros and you just want those to be turned off. Well, you can do that as well by hitting the right, I'm just right clicking on the memo box, and this auto text expansion has a little check mark there. I'm going to uncheck that. Now if I hit CA space, it does not expand that into a macro, it just leaves it as CA. If I type in OH with a / and I hit my space, it does not change into my text macro because I turned it off, and it will not go on there on any text macro. So this is a more permanent solution. If you don't want any of them to ever pop, just make sure that the checkbox there is not in front of auto text expansion. So just by toggling that on and off, I can have that not use text macros for a user. Again, if I want it to expand, I'm going to make sure the check mark is there. If I do CA space, it's going to go ahead and do it and put in court appearance. If I do CA control space, it's just going to leave it as CA. So there's a way to manage your text macros. Hopefully that makes it a little easier for you. I hope you've enjoyed this eBite. If you have any questions or comments, always feel free to give us a call or visit our website. Thanks.